Chapter 28. Listen and repeat. Conversation. Shopping and household appliances. Does she always drive the children to school? No, she doesn't. She drives them to school sometimes. How do they usually go to school? They usually take the bus. Does he always drive to work? No, he doesn't. Sometimes he takes a train. How does he usually go to work? He usually drives to work. Does she always shop in the shopping center? No, she doesn't. Sometimes she shops in a neighborhood shop. Where does she usually shop? She usually shops in the shopping center. There are 40 shops in the shopping center. There's a big supermarket. She buys groceries in the supermarket. There's a big chemist. She buys medicine in the chemist. There's a hardware shop. She buys things for the house in the hardware shop. She also buys things for the garden in the hardware shop. There are several clothing shops. There's a bookshop, too. There are several appliance shops, too. Radios and refrigerators are appliances. What does she buy in the supermarket? She buys food in the supermarket. What did she buy there yesterday? She bought bread and milk yesterday. What does she buy in the hardware shop? She buys things for the house. What did she buy there last week? She bought a hammer last week. What else does she buy in the hardware shop? She also buys things for the garden in the hardware shop. What did she buy there last month? She bought a rake last month. What does she buy in the chemist? She buys medicine in the chemist. What did she buy there yesterday? She bought some aspirin yesterday. What does she buy in the appliance shop? She buys electrical appliances in the appliance shop. What did she buy there last year? She bought a washer and a dryer last year. What appliances does Mrs. Green have? She has a washer and a dryer. What does she use them for? She uses them for washing the clothes. What else does she have? She has a vacuum cleaner. What does she use it for? She uses it for cleaning the house. What else does she have? She has a dishwasher. What does she use it for? She uses it for washing the dishes. What else does she have? She has an electric iron. What does she use it for? She uses it for ironing. Vocabulary: appliance, aspirin, bookshop, chemist, chemist's shop, clothes, clothing shop, dishwasher, dryer, electric, electrical, garage, garden, hammer, hardware, iron, noun, iron, adjective, machine, medicine, nail, one, pronoun, rake, saw, screw, screwdriver, several, shelf, spice, thing, tool, vacuum cleaner, washer. Verbs: to drive, drove, to dry, to fix. Grammar notes. Chemist's shop. To indicate the names of shops, English often uses the possessive form, '(s), of the noun referring to the shop owner. The noun shop, placed after that name, may be either expressed or omitted. In colloquial speech, the noun indicating the owner alone is often used to refer to the shop itself. Electric, electrical. In English, some adjectives have two forms, one ending in ic and the other in ical. The first gives the adjective a more specific meaning, while the second has a more general meaning of related to or concerning. For some adjectives, the difference between the two forms is minimal. Shelf. Some English nouns ending in f or fe form the plural by changing the ending to v and adding es, plural vs. Examples: half/halves, knife/knives, shelf/shelves, wife/wives. Some nouns ending in f have two plural forms, both regular and irregular. Example: scarf to scarfs or scarves. Reading. Mr. Brown and his tools. Mr. Brown buys a lot of tools. He uses them to fix things in the house. Last week, he made a new shelf in the kitchen. Now Mrs. Brown keeps salt, pepper, and other spices on the shelf. Mr. Brown buys his tools at the hardware shop in the shopping center. He usually goes to the hardware shop every Saturday. Last week, he bought a hammer and some nails. He also bought a screwdriver and some screws. He looked at several saws, but he didn't buy one. He's planning to make a small desk for Anna. In English, it is common to use the pronoun one to replace a singular noun already mentioned when the noun is accompanied by the indefinite article. This usage is possible both in affirmative and negative sentences. Example: he looked at several saws, but he didn't buy a saw. Implies, he didn't buy one. Grammar. Clauses of purpose. A hammer is a tool for driving nails. He used a hammer to fix the new picture with a nail. A washer is a machine for washing clothes. Anna uses the washer to wash the clothes. Clauses of purpose can be expressed by using to plus infinitive of the verb, indicating the specific purpose toward which the subject's action is directed. When the clause expresses the general use or function of a tool or instrument, it is expressed with for plus gerund -ing form. Grammar. Adverbs and phrases of time. Adverbs of time. I'm going to telephone Mark tonight. They're playing cricket now. The shop isn't open yet. It's 9 in the evening. He's still working. Noun phrases of time. She goes to the shopping center every week. I began to study English last year. Adverbs of frequency. He is always late for meals. He always gets home late for meals. Grammar. Position of adverbs and time expressions. Adverbs and noun phrases of time can stand either at the beginning or, more commonly, at the end of the sentence. We already know the following adverbs and expressions: early, late, apart, now, then, today, tomorrow, tonight, yesterday, the day after tomorrow, this week, at that time, this year, month, week, last, next. An exception is made for the adverbs yet and still. Yet almost always comes at the end of the sentence, while still comes before the main verb but after the verb to be. Adverbs of frequency usually come after to be and after the auxiliary to do. The adverbs of frequency we already know are always, sometimes, usually.